Hey everyone, Professor Akali here, bringing you a video on how you can hit more skill shots. The first thing I wanted to talk about is a problem some people, including a good friend of mine, have, and that is being trigger happy with skill shots. What happens is people aren't focused and calm enough in a game, and they actually shoot their skill shots as a reaction, rather than making a calculated decision. What I recommend is before shooting a skill shot, take a quarter to half a second and think about if it's a good idea, and really make sure in your mind that you have a good chance at hitting it. On that note, I want to briefly talk about something that I learned, and that is thinking, if I was the opponent, or in this case the enemy laner, what would I do? Thinking this way is a high level of thinking that turns the lane into more than a cut and dry lane matchup, but rather a battle of wits, or a mind game in lane. The reason I say almost all lane matchups are partially skill matchups is because if you can outthink your opponent throughout the lane, you can win an unfavorable matchup. An example of a mind game is, say you are playing Akali versus a Fiora and are going in to proc your Q. Obviously Fiora will attempt to parry your Q proc. Knowing that Fiora is likely to use her parry, you can counter her by pressing S or even just run back instead of auto attacking. By being a thinking player in League of Legends, there's a lot more room to outplay your opponent than most of you would realize. If you know that an Ahri is going to throw your charm at you, what do? You sidestep it knowing it's going to happen. Knowing what an enemy is likely to do on their specific champion will give you the knowledge needed to counter it. A funny thing to mention before the video ends is sometimes when a good player is smurfing, they expect a sidestep from their enemy when they throw a skill shot, but low ranked players actually don't even think about dodging because they're usually too busy running for their lives, so the high ranked player actually misses a free skill shot.